Hey everybody, I was asked by someone on YouTube to make a video about MNPR. Happy to do that, but I got to tell you, there's some things here that make me a little nervous. So I don't know if you are investing in this, but anyway, I'll just point out a couple of the big ones that are coming to me. So you might think that you are in an upward trend here, right? And that would be fine and dandy. Let's try to zoom out about a month, and what we see is we see a pattern. We have a downtrend curving up into a pretty amazing gain, and then another downtrend, right? And it might curve up. You know, these rounded bottoms are great for reversals. It's a really strong reversal trend, and I mean, man, wow, lots of profits were made there. You just want to be sure that you are riding it on that upward movement and not necessarily the downward movement, right? And so it looks like here, just the 9-month daily time frequency, a 9-month time range daily time frequency. So we have our downward movement, and it looks like we're moving up. But when we stick with our daily, we look at the 3 months, right? What we see here is a pretty clear pattern, right? We will start at here, right? So we have a high. Sorry, it's not dragging. High, going to a higher high, going to a higher high. And it should have just keep on trucking. But it didn't, right? It didn't. And the reason I'm measuring the high is because that is that's the direction it's going. It's moving up. If it were moving down, I would measure the lows. Okay, and so anyway, so let's just zoom over, and what you'll see here instead is something changed, right? And what changed is, instead of going to higher highs, we went to lower lows, right? Now, at this point right here, if I were in this, you've got a pretty reliable support right there. Right, we'll move it down just a bit, about right there. I would have sold here because we hit support. Now, what happened is it went out of support and then came back up, right? So maybe this is a false alarm. You get these sometimes, and that's why you really need that black line drawn across the horizontal line on the nearest support, so you can say, hey, this is definitely, this is a sell situation. What has happened here on the 3-month time range? We went in almost to overbought, went down. We were touching oversold. An optimist would say, oh, it's going to curve up. I would say what I would rather do is and we'll just take this line out, I would instead do something a little different. Whereas what I would do is no, not that one. Sorry. What I would do is I would draw a horizontal line here on my resistance. And what I want to see before I would take a position, I want to see the low switch from a lower low to a higher low. I want to see a low come up here and then curve up past that resistance. And then once it's over here, I would buy it again because I would know that upward trend has returned. But I would not be buying anything right here. One thing I got to talk about, we do have a couple of things here. So trend, price right there is getting close to crossing. Oh, I'm sorry, right here. The green line is the 50-day simple moving average price, moved above it on the 9th, then dropped down, and so that was very cool. That is good. The 200-day is moving upward, but I got to show you price is below the 200-day, which concerns me. When we talk about the slow stochastic, that's how we measure our momentum. Momentum is down. Now that could curve up, but again, it takes a lot of energy to make that happen. So if I were you, I would hold off from making any buys until we cross this resistance as we just talked about. But the big topic here is volume. There's only 6,100 shares that were sold or traded. And that concerns me now. The 10-day average volume is 30,000. I forgot to write down the amount, but then 73,000 would be a really desirable goal for this stock. So volume is down. It's made a downturn here, making a lower low instead of a higher high. And I think I've got I don't have my my on balance volume here, but I mean clearly volume is going to be volume's an issue here. So that's my take on MNPR. Up yesterday, 1.42%, always a good thing. Friday was pretty green for a lot of stocks. Maybe it's a reversal point. I don't know, but hope that was helpful. Cheers.